Most people aren't stuck because they don't know what to do. They're stuck because they're waiting for a perfect moment that is never going to arrive. You tell yourself you'll start when work is less busy, when you feel more confident, when you finally have better gear, more money, or more motivation. It sounds reasonable, but most of the time, the right moment is just fear wearing a nice outfit. It feels safer to keep planning, researching, and imagining than to actually do something and risk finding out you're not good at it yet. The truth is simple. Skills, confidence, and clarity don't show up before you start. They show up because you start. You learn to write by writing badly at first. You learn to speak by stumbling through your first conversations. You learn to create by putting out things that are far from your best work. Waiting doesn't prepare you. Doing does. And here's why small, imperfect actions are so powerful. Every time you take even a tiny step, 3 important things happen at once. First, you get real feedback instead of imaginary fears. A messy first video shows you what your lighting actually looks like, how your voice sounds, and what you want to change next time. And one attempt at reaching out to a client or mentor tells you what people respond to and what falls flat. Second, you quietly build evidence that you are someone who takes action. Every 10-minute writing session, every short clip, every small attempt is a vote for a new identity. I am someone who shows up. I am someone who tries. I am someone who finishes. One action doesn't change your life, but 100 little votes like that will start to change how you see yourself. And when your identity shifts, taking action stops feeling like forcing yourself and starts feeling natural. Third, small actions compound over time. 10 minutes of writing today doesn't look like much, but 10 days in a row becomes the start of an article, a script, or a chapter, and 3 months becomes a body of work you can edit, refine, and maybe share. None of which would exist if you had kept waiting to feel ready. So what does this look like in real life? If you want to write more, don't start with a huge schedule. Start with a timer. Set 10 minutes, pick one topic you care about, or something you've learned, and write without stopping until the timer ends. No editing, no polishing, no deleting, just fingers moving. You'll probably get a messy paragraph or 2, but inside that mess are ideas and sentences you would never have discovered by only thinking about writing. And if you do this a few times a week, you'll slowly build pages of real material you can improve later. If you want to make videos, stop waiting for the perfect camera and perfect version of yourself. Use the phone you already have. Stand near a window and record a 30 to 60 second clip where you explain one simple idea to your past self. You don't even have to post it. The goal of the first clip is just to get over how strange it feels to see and hear yourself. By the time you've recorded 10 short clips, you'll be thinking less about how you look and more about what you want to say. If you want better opportunities, jobs, collaborations, mentorship, clients, pick one person today and send one honest, simple message. Tell them what you appreciate, what you learned from them, or ask one clear question. Right now, you might be at 0 attempts, and one message a day for a month is 30 chances for something to move. Even if only a few turn into real conversations, that's already more progress than another month of silence and what-ifs. And for any habit you've been postponing, working out, learning a language, building a portfolio, shrink it until it feels almost silly. 5 push-ups, a 3-minute walk, 1 page of study, 1 small change to your website. The goal isn't instant results. The goal is to become the kind of person who keeps tiny promises to themselves. Because once showing up feels normal, increasing the difficulty becomes easy. Of course, perfectionism will still show up and tell you, this isn't good enough, you should wait until you can do it properly. When that happens, you can use 3 little rules. If what you're about to do feels at least 70% good enough, you do it. If a new habit feels overwhelming, commit to it today only instead of forever. And when you're scared of looking stupid, ask yourself, have I ever done something worse than this and still been okay? And you'll remember that you've survived imperfect work and awkward moments before. You're not lowering your standards forever, you're lowering the barrier to entry so you can actually begin. Because high standards without action just become another way to beat yourself up. When you look back a year from now, the difference in your life won't come from all the days you waited to feel ready. It will come from the days you did something small, scared, and imperfect. And then did it again. The people who quietly build skills, careers, and lives they're proud of aren't the ones with perfect timing. They're the ones who send the email anyway, write for 10 minutes anyway, record the clip anyway, start small anyway. So if there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Don't wait for the right moment to start. Use one tiny, messy action to create the right moment. And once you've taken that first small step, your only real job is to take the next one.